Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This week was a very busy week for anyone who covers the Dodge brand, and if you missed anything, make sure to check out my recent videos where we covered all the Dodge muscle car news, like the Dodge Challenger convertible, Dodge Durango Hellcat, new Heritage paint colors, 2023 Dodge Hornet, and the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona SRT Banshee. Today we're continuing by talking about the Dodge Chargers and Challengers getting discontinued after 2023. Before we get into the Mopar news, I'd like to start by saying that I'm very excited to be working with HEMIS to offer you the chance to win a 1987 Buick Grand National NGX while supporting a great cause, the American Civil Liberties Union Foundation, or the ACLU. The ACLU is an organization that fights to defend the rights that the Constitution guarantees to all Americans in courts, state houses, or Congress. So, as I said, the sweepstakes consist of this beautiful 1987 Buick Grand National GNX. Only 547 were ever made, and this one is number 51. It has a sinister all-black exterior that really imposes its look on the road, ready to become your collector's vehicle with a value that continues to skyrocket with an estimated retail value of $185,000 US. This specific vehicle has just 2,000 original miles on it. Along with that aggressive look, you get a turbo 3.8-liter V6 with a 4-speed automatic in rear-wheel drive layout with 276 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque. That performance rivals some of today's V8s, as this Grand National can do 0 to 60 in just 4.7 seconds. So for your chance to win this 1987 Buick Grand National GNX, go to omaze.com/marspeed and enter now. Donations support the amazing work of the ACLU. The more you donate, the more entries you will receive. HEMIS launched with the aim to create a different kind of fundraising platform, straying from the traditional charitable fundraising model. HEMIS has a platform that gives everyone the chance to win exciting, once-in-a-lifetime prizes, while helping to make the world a better place at the same time. The HEMIS community has raised over $150 million to support over 350 charities globally, and this is one that you would want to get in on. So this isn't any clickbait or speculation, these cars really are getting discontinued. In the past, we've heard statements from Tim Kuniskis, the Dodge CEO, who said, quote, "We're very interested in electrification, specifically for performance, and the days of an iron block supercharged 6.2-liter V8 are numbered," end quote. But we never really knew how soon those days would be here and what the Hemi Chargers and Challengers would get replaced with. But now we've got a much better idea. As Dodge said, the Dodge Charger and Challenger in current form are coming to an end. During the first day of Dodge Speed Week on Monday, August 15th, Kuniskis said, quote, "The 23 model year Chargers and Challengers will be the last of the Hemi-powered L cars that we build. When that window closes, there's no reopening it. Production ends December of 2023. You need to get your orders in now or never, because when the last Hemi Chargers and Challengers roll off the line at Brampton, it's going to be the end of a legendary era." And it's hard to believe, but that 20-year run in Brampton unleashed nearly 3 million Dodge muscle cars to the world. That's a billion horsepower off the line and straight to the streets, end quote. So that settles it. The Dodge Charger and Challenger in their current form are coming to an end. If you're curious about why this is happening, it all has to do with emissions regulations. Kuniskis went on the record talking about how Dodge has to pay a lot of compliance fines with the Hellcat, and that's one of the major reasons for getting rid of these Hemi-powered vehicles. After all, they still sell well, and no one has ever said that they don't want these V8s in their Mopars. One example of that would be regulatory credits. Environmental emissions programs around the world, such as the Zero Emissions Vehicle Program in California, have emissions targets in place, and they give out credits to automakers that produce and sell electric vehicles. Exceeding these can result in huge compliance fines, like what Kuniskis was talking about. In addition to California, there are at least 13 other US states that have similar programs in place, along with other places like the UK, countries in Europe, and China. So companies either have to reduce their emissions and sell cars with emissions as low as possible, like making plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, EVs, or hydrogen vehicles, or they pay up either through compliance fines, buying credits from other automakers, or both. So a company like Tesla, who only produces EVs, racks up a lot more credits than they need to meet the minimum requirements. So they can then sell the excess credits to other automakers like Dodge, so they can avoid penalties, while Tesla makes 100% of the profit on those since they got the credits for free. Stellantis has said that they spent $362 million on credits in 2020, mostly from Tesla, and that cost keeps rising as the restrictions get tighter and tighter. There are also other political incentives, like one example is the Inflation Reduction Act in the United States, which directly allocates $36 billion to incentivize more electric car purchases over the next decade. So again, that all contributes to being the major reason that the Hemi-powered L vehicles are going away. There's also the fact that in recent years, all the major automakers are investing in hybrid and electric models, so Dodge has to follow suit to be able to keep up with the competition and still offer their customers good-looking, muscular, and high-performance vehicles. Finally, sales have been falling for several years across the board for all the muscle cars, so Dodge feels that it's time to move into the EV world. As sad as that news is for Dodge and Mopar enthusiasts, there's still one more year to snatch up your Mopar Hemis. Kuniskis talked about this, saying, quote, "Rest assured we're not going to let this epic run end quietly. After all, the past 19 years, that production line has been second to none when it comes to delivering horsepower, with millions of Chargers and Challengers under their belt, and we're going to that final round swinging," end quote. We still don't know exactly what the last model year of the Charger and Challenger will look like. I'm not sure if it will be the same traditional lineup as before, which was typically SXT, GT, RT, Scat Pack, Hellcat, Red Eye, and Jailbreak. But at the same time, Dodge has said that the 2023 Dodge lineup will pay homage to the muscle car pair with 7 special models, and Dodge says that each model will share a connection to an iconic Dodge model from the past. Details and more specific info on these models comes later this year, with the 7th and final being the very last of its kind, revealed at the 2022 SEMA show in Las Vegas, November 1st to 4th. Dodge will build these cars and ship them to pre-selected dealerships in what Kuniskis compared to a sneaker drop, and they will be sold to lucky customers on a first-come, first-served basis, so they're going away from that traditional ordering process, and I don't think that's a very good thing, but we'll have to wait and see. Another thing, all the 2023 Charger and Challenger models also receive a commemorative last call plaque under the hood. That plaque is finished in brushed aluminum, featuring the vehicle name and silhouette, with the writing, "Designed in Auburn Hills, assembled in Brampton." So that's another nice touch for these final models. There will also be an expansion of the SRT Jailbreak models for both the regular Hellcat and Red Eye models, as well as the return of B5 Blue, Plum Crazy Purple, Sublime Green, and Destroyer Gray. As Kuniskis said, quote, "We're celebrating the end of an era and the start of a bright new electrified future by staying true to our brand. At Dodge, we never lift, and the brand will mark the last of our iconic Charger and Challenger nameplates in their current form in the same way they got us here, with a passion for both our products and our enthusiasts that drive us to create as much uniqueness in the muscle car community and marketplace as possible," end quote. Now, one important thing I want to state here is that the headline that the Dodge Charger and Challenger are getting discontinued has kind of been used as a clickbait title by the media. Yes, it's true that these models are getting discontinued as we know them, but make no mistake, they will be back for the next generation. These nameplates have been a staple in the Dodge lineup for over 16 years, and Dodge would be foolish to not use them again. We have already seen the concept for the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona SRT battery electric vehicle, so these cars will be back soon after 2023, but they will just look different on a different platform with different powertrains. And there will still be some gas-powered versions offered along with the EVs, more on that in a minute. It will be different after all these years on the L platforms, from 2006 for the Charger and 2008 on the Challenger. So it will be a change, may not be so familiar, but these cars will be back in some shape or form as a Charger and Challenger. So that leads us into the final topic of the video, the future powertrains for these cars. People have posted that Dodge is eliminating the internal combustion engine completely from their lineup after 2023, but that's not true. The 2024 Dodge Challenger and Charger should arrive in late 2023, but both will have internal combustion engine and battery electric vehicle power options. However, I do suspect that Dodge will save the best performance for the EV version, like that Charger Daytona SRT Banshee. But they cannot completely eliminate all gas-powered muscle cars within a single year and expect people to smile and take it, and also some people can't afford that top model. They also didn't create the new twin-turbocharged 3-liter Hurricane inline-six cylinder engine for nothing. So while the Hemi may not be returning, the new gas engine to replace the Hemis will be these Hurricanes. There's 2 versions. The standard output will have around 400 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. That's replacing the 5.7-liter Hemi. The high output moves up to 500 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque, and that replaces the 6.4-liter Hemi. So the reason the Hurricanes are stepping in is due to those emissions regulations, as this motor puts out 15% fewer tailpipe emissions and gets anywhere from 1 to 4 mpg better than the Hemi V8s do. So that's more info on the cancellation of the current Dodge muscle car duo and what the future might bring. Rest assured, at least the names Charger and Challenger will be back, as they have such a significant influence in the car culture and have lived on in the industry across 50 plus years. Dodge hopes to continue offering an abundance of power with bigger, stronger, and faster cars than the competition, and it looks like customers will still be able to choose from gas engines or the supposedly more powerful EV, but the Hemi-powered cars will be gone. However, owners will definitely want to hold on to this dying breed, and there should be some extreme competition to buy the last call 2023 models, as well as all the used Hemis on the market. So thanks for watching. What do you think of what Dodge is doing for the last hurrah in 2023? And are you excited for the future or not looking forward to it? Let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content and updates, and I'll see you all in the next video.